Okay, we have our guest today, Mr. Sam Welham. He is a resident of Melton. Um, we are happy to welcome to our YouTube channel, Melton Migration, and I would like to ask him to introduce himself first.
Yes, thank you, Kamal. My name's Sam. Lived in Melton my entire life. Previously, I was in the Australian Army. I've recently left, and now I'm just finishing up my studies. Kamal here is a friend of mine who's asked me to appear on his channel for him.
Thank you for that. We'll discuss migration. So Australia has a long history of migration with nearly 30% of its population born overseas. Immigration has shaped the nation's history, culture, and identity. How would you describe your overall attitude towards immigration to Australia?
Yes, so I find that most Australians' attitude towards immigration is quite positive. A lot of Australians are very happy that we have people coming from all paths of the world who can provide their useful skills and experience that you can only gather from different avenues of life. I think that's reflective of Australia at large. I don't think many Australians are anti-immigration.
Yeah, thank you very much. My next question is, migrants often contribute to Australia's workforce, fill skill shortages, and bring cultural diversity that enriches communities. What do you think are the most important benefits of immigration to Australia?
So the most important benefits to immigration, Kamal, in Australia, I think, is once again that not only do we get to fill our skills gap, which is of incredible importance, benefits of immigration also come from a multicultural society. We get to see parts of your upbringing and your background that I would not share. I think having a multicultural society where everyone contributes different parts of their culture can absolutely foster truly incredible society.
Yep, thank you very much. While immigration brings many advantages, some people express concerns about issues like job competition, housing pressure, or integration challenges. Do you believe immigration has any negative impact? If so, what are they?
I don't believe multiculturalism has any negative impacts. I think we need to make sure, though, that we're taking the right migrants.
Thank you, Sam, for your nice response. My next question is, Australia has a long-standing history of welcoming migrants from diverse backgrounds. Its migration program is broadly divided into three main streams, like skill stream, family stream, and the humanitarian stream. So, in your view, what types of migrants should Australia prioritize at the moment?
Well, thank you, Kamal. I believe that Australia, like every country, has a moral obligation to prioritise humanitarian migration. We need to absolutely take care of refugees. But at the same time, we also need to realise and recognise that we need skilled migration. So absolutely, we need refugees. We need to support refugees and satisfy our international obligations. Yes. Thank you. But also, we need to be prioritising skilled migration. We need more doctors, teachers, nurses, lawyers, so on and so on, who can come in and fill the skills gap. But it's not just your doctors, teachers, lawyers, and nurses. It's also your construction workers, your bricklayers, your roof tilers, so on and so on. We need to make sure that migration, that though we serve the migrants can help support our economy also. Yep. I think between those two streams, it's a perfect place to start.
Yep, thank you very much. Now let's talk about multiculturalism. Australia is a very highly multicultural country. So you will see, if you walk through the streets, you will see people from all around the world, from Asia, Africa, South America, from everywhere. So, do you think multiculturalism has been successful in Australia?
Yes, absolutely. I suppose, though, that depends on how you define successful. I think a successful multicultural society looks like a society that reflects many different corners of the earth. in a positive and neutral way. So, for instance, I see a gentleman or a woman from Asia. I don't care that she's from Asia. I don't care that he's from Africa. That to me is a successful multicultural society, one where we don't care about your colour or where you're from. We care about the merits of your character, what you can demonstrate that you forward as an end agenda. That to me is a multicultural society, and that I think is what we have right now.
Yep, thank you. This question is a bit personal. Like, how comfortable are you interacting with people from culturally diverse background? Yep.
So I think I'm quite well adapted to communicating with people from every background. In Army, I spent some time in the Torres Strait Island, far north Queensland, where up there you have a lot of local Indigenous populations, and quite frankly, the Indigenous populations don't really know one from another, in terms of they don't know this culture of Indigenous from 300 kilometres down the road. So you need to be quick on your feet. You need to learn to adapt to their customs, their cultures, their traditions, but also more locally. I think I'm quite well adapted at meeting an Indian fellow maybe and saying g'day and being his mate, as I am with meeting anyone from any background. I personally don't believe the background there's any significance on my ability to engage with them.
Yep, thank you. And do you think migrants should fully adopt Australian culture, or is it important for them to maintain their own cultural identity as well?
So that touches on a really sensitive point. So where does multiculturalism start and stop is effectively what that's a questioning. I think that it's important that we recognise our own grassroots.
Yep.
For myself, I'm English background, many generations ago. So there's certain traditions there and customs that I don't want to give up. But also at the same time, we need to recognise that a harmonious society is one where everyone can freely express themselves. On that token, I think that everyone needs to keep their personal traditions, but also keep it in privacy. I don't think, like anything, I think a conservative approach is pretty good. You have your own beliefs, your own politics, but you keep them to yourself.
Yep. Thank you very much. This question is sometimes we see on the news like this issue. I don't know you have seen this one or not. Have you observed or experienced racism in Australia sometimes?
No, not me, not personally. But also on the same token, I've spoken with many people who say that who are migrants, who believe that they haven't actually experienced racism in Australia. I believe the Australian way of life is one that can be twisted and said to be racist, but really that's just Australian humour. It's a very nuanced humour. But real racism where I'll say you're less than me because of where you're from, I believe is non-existent in Australia.
Yeah, thank you. And my last question is, what role do you think media and politics play in shaping public opinion about migrants and refugees?
I believe media has a very important role in shaping how we view migrants and refugees. For instance, the media might spin out a story. So, for instance, a person who might so happen to be a migrant might commit an offence, no difference than any other Australian citizen might. And it's the media's job to make sure that they're not portraying a scenario wherein they're painting the offender, who just so happens to be a migrant, and to necessarily be representative of his wider culture. You have good eggs and bad eggs from every culture. So I think media plays a very important role in making sure to represent the story that's true.
Yeah. Media should play a very responsible role in that regard. I also think so. All right, Sam, thank you very much for your time and for coming to our YouTube channel. Hope to catch up you soon again.
That's amazing. Thank you very much, Kamal.